Caroline and Taylor are sisters in just about every way but blood.
So we're always trying to come up with fun sisterhood events for Pi Phi to do.
They didn't even know each other before becoming sorority sisters, but now you can often catch them in matching outfits at mixers. They moved in together this year after meeting through Pi Phi. Now they're sorority sisters, suite mates, and co-workers. Yes, they are president of Pi Phi and vice president of student events.
That's your president-VP meeting, is yelling from bed to bed.
Bed to bed yelling is the best form of communication, I think.
Taylor and Caroline aren't that unusual in Greek life. Many sorority sisters and frat brothers take their Greek lives into their colleges.
And a lot of people end up in the sororities they're in because that's the kind of people they like to be around, and that's the kind of people you like to live with, so it kind of ends up meshing that way.
Yale is unique because most sisters and brothers don't live in the Greek houses. Many Greek systems across the country have chapter houses where new pledges are encouraged or required to live.
I think the nice thing is that, in my experience at least, Greek life is pretty inclusive at Yale to people that aren't involved in Greek life as opposed to other schools.
So even though Greek life doesn't usually involve formal housing at Yale, informally, sisters and brothers often find ways to live together.
So I think I've definitely noticed that many people who do rush wind up living with their suite mates or living with people in their sorority, but I think that probably just speaks to sort of how nice a community the sororities are and how they're able to make such close friends through it that they want to live together.
Many mostly Greek suites didn't start out that way. A lot of these groups rushed together. 4 of the 6 students interviewed for this story rushed with their suite mates, and all of them now live with their Greek sisters or brothers.
My suite mate and I are in the same sorority, so that was just really fun that we got dressed together and we walked over to the mixer together, and then we talked about it afterwards, and it was just really fun to a new way to bond with my suite.
I think maybe the thing is it's easy to get excited about things when other people are getting excited with you.
But despite these Greek groupings in the colleges, most brothers and sisters say that their residential life bridges the two communities.
I definitely haven't noticed that it partitions off people in sororities. I think it's just more kind of reconnects everybody in different colleges.
Even Caroline, president of Pi Phi, chose to live in her college instead of the house.
I know generally the president lives in the house, but I decided not to next year just because the residential college life is such a big part of the Yale experience, and because I have so many friends who aren't in my sorority who I also want to live with. But I definitely think that you can sort of replicate that environment of living in a sorority house on campus by living with girls who are in your sorority.
In fact, it was in their Saybrook dorm room, on the beds that would someday hold their meetings, where these two convinced each other to run for Pi Phi leadership. You could say that residential life helped create their sorority life, and vice versa. For YTV, this has been Raleigh Cavero.